want to share something with you. It comes from 1 John chapter 4, starting in verse 12. It says, no one has ever seen God. If we love one another, God remains in us, and his love is perfected in us. Now, I want you to think about something for a moment. No one has ever seen God. We know that, according to the scriptures, that God is love. Well, if we're loving, if we're showing the kind of love that God is, then people will see God through who we are. Now, that's hard sometimes because we have a hard time loving people. Not everyone is lovable. But you know, if you read the Gospels and you read the life of Christ, you know that Christ dealt with people who were not lovable either. And yet he loved them. He showed them compassion and mercy. We don't do that very well. And so consequently, I think that sometimes the love of God is not seen to people who need to see it and need to experience his love simply because we're not loving. I'm not talking about filial love. I'm not talking about simple love. I'm talking about agape love. Loving through the imperfections of another. It's hard to do. So how do we do that? I think part of the way that we do that is leaning into him, leaning into the one who is love, spending time with him, because in spending time with him, his love is going to, rub off on us. I suppose, if you really look at it, if you look at your life and look how you treat others and look how you behave, it might then indicate where you spend most of your time. And if it's not love, that might say something a lot about you that you may not want to admit. I'm going to challenge you as I'm challenging myself to look at my own behavior and look at my own life. Am I demonstrating the love of God through my life to others? Am I loving with mercy and grace? Am I loving as God has called me to love? Simply, if they want to see God, they'll see it in our lives. Or won't they? That's the question only you can answer. I want you to think about that today. Hey, until next time, God bless.